So weekend in the woods for today. It is Sunday today. And the project for this weekend, mostly being done today, is currently with the osmosis machine, which I said I'd talk a little bit about. So the osmosis machine is amazing because what it does is brings the raw sap in right here from our tank outside, and it runs it through here. And there's a big membrane inside of here that's basically like a giant, I say it's kind of like a giant sponge, but it's just a giant circular cylinder with paper in there with little holes. It puts pressure on it, and then it sends the concentrate up this line through there to our concentrate tank that sits outside. And then this line is just, this line is just pure water that comes out, and it goes up into these tanks, which we use to wash everything. And the concentrate line comes then back in through right here into the evaporator. So currently we run the sap through once, and it goes up into our tank, which is right on the other side of that wall. And then we can come in here, and I replumbed this last year. One of the things when you make syrup, you're always replumbing things. So this is where the concentrate can actually come in here, and you can open this valve and this valve. And then you can send it back out into the tank, or you can cycle it into here and just recirculate it around and around and around. So what we typically do is we run it through once until the bottom tank's empty, and at the top tank. Come in here, flip these valves. We run all the concentrate down through this pipe, and then there. And then it goes back out and fills that tank up with the concentrate first run. And then flip some valves around, and we cycle it through a second time back up into the top. So what I'm doing now is I'm making it so we don't have to do that, bringing the concentrate back down through here. We're taking this tub, which we don't really use for anything. We cut a hole in the bottom of it right there. And then what we're gonna do is, if I can find the piece, I don't see it, here it is. We're gonna put this bathtub drain in that hole, and then that tank is gonna go outside. I'll walk out there. It's gonna go outside. It's nice and sunny out today. The sap's just starting to run. It's gonna go right up there on that corner, and I'm gonna plumb in a new line. So that right now tank is now where the concentrate goes. That tank is where the sap goes. This is just an extra tank we use in case something happens and we have to store more sap. So that's a 400-gallon milk tank, so that can head full of 400 gallons. That black tank is gonna sit right on the edge there, and then it's going to, that line right there currently takes the concentrate in. It'll drop down, and I'll run a line right underneath that line in, and that will allow us to keep our first and second run concentrate separate, which is good, because sometimes when we wash it back down, it mixes in with some raw sap and dilutes it, and we don't get it to as high a Brix as we want. So then it'll come in, I think I'm gonna have it come in on the opposite side here, and it'll run in, and it'll run right down under here into this valve, which will let us then let second run concentrate in. So we'll still be able to, depending on what we're doing, run the first run concentrate in, be able to run second run concentrate in. And we actually, I put this valve in today that wasn't there, because we'll actually be able to, if we wanted to, if we had a lot of concentrate, we wanted to run it through a third time, we'll be able to turn this valve on and let it cycle back around and run it through a third time if we wanted to. So that's the process. I have pieces of it done. It's not urgent that this gets done. So today I was in here earlier this morning, and so this black tube used to be hooked to that, and it just went upstairs. So now it'll come in here, and when we're doing the first run, we'll have this valve on, this one will be off. And then when we're doing second run, we'll turn this one off and turn that one on, and that'll let it go up to the second tank instead. So that's what we're working on today. I did this morning because right now, if I don't finish, which I don't think I'm gonna finish before we boil, we'll be able to just shut this valve off and do it the old way. And then once I get everything done, we'll be able to do it the new way. Dad's out adding about 25 taps out of the end of a line. And we're letting SAP come in right now. We've got, hey, get out of there. About maybe 80 gallons in there. All right, so we'll probably end up with a little bit. It's, like I said, it's just starting to run. It is supposed to get cold tonight, so we'll see. And I do one of our new Flint's Maple hats. So we have those, and we'll have sweatshirts and things. You'll see us around. So that's what we're up to today. If by some miracle I finish today, I'll show you the finished product today. So we actually did finish, so I'm going to give you a finished product video here. So, as in here earlier, and we just had the valves in, but now this pipe here will take the second run concentrate up and out. All right, that's still the first run concentrate. Second run concentrate up and out. Quincy's helping. The boys have been ready to go home for about an hour. So then it runs up the back of those two pipes, and then out on the right-hand side is the second run concentrate. That's the first run concentrate on the left. So we'll go outside. This project actually didn't work out badly. I only had to take one extra trip to town to get parts that I missed. I only had one piece missing, which is shocking for a Flint job. So then, there's where the second run concentrate will come out and go into our black tank. It does not have a top on it yet. We'll put a top on it tomorrow. All right, so there's no top on it. Then we installed our bathtub drain, and there's our bathtub drain coming out, and that's the piece I was missing right there to convert a drain pipe to a regular PVC pipe. So I had to go down and get that, and then it runs back in that pipe in through the wall, and we'll walk back inside. This is what I just finished. This is what I've been doing today, walking back and forth between these two spots and out to the shop to find tools and stuff I was missing. So then, hopefully nothing leaks. We don't know for sure that I'm done. So then, that's where it comes through the wall. The bottom one is the second run concentrate. Got a sight tube that will put marks in there so we can tell how much is in it. And then it flows down through here, down this pipe. We put a little piece of clear PVC so we can see if there's sap in there easier when we're trying to finish out when we're done. And then this valve will let the second run concentrate into the evaporator. And then, like I said, because it's got gravity working with it, we'll be able to flip this valve and this valve, but close that valve, and it'll actually send the second run concentrator around and back in, and we could rotate it around a third time, or run it through a third time. So that's that. That job is done. If nothing leaks tomorrow, we'll be good. The sap has been weird today. It's barely running. It's picked up in the last hour or so, but we've got 275 gallons, so we're not going to boil tonight. Hopefully it runs for the next few hours and then starts up earlier in the morning. It was cold in the 20s and maybe 30 for a day and a half, which usually isn't great for things warming up. It got to 40 something today, but it just didn't thaw out, and so SAP's been running real slow all day. But that's that longer video. I was a plumber all day today, but I did manage to finish.